When Walthamstow closed in August 2008, after 75 years of greyhound racing, the sport lost its premier track and a lot more. Famous for its big nights and big personalities, one Stow regular wasted no time in making his feelings known.
One thing I would like to say, why I was keen to do the interview, is I think it's absolutely treacherous what they've done to Walthamstow, and I think every owner in the country should sign the petition that's on the government Downing Street website.
Ricky Holloway kick-started the SaveOurStow campaign, and fearing the sport could be sinking too, rallied the troops. And the reaction has been positive ever since that famous, emotionally charged last meeting. 18 months on and the fight continues. The dog's producer, Clive Lawrence, met up with the key SOS campaigners, Ricky Holloway, former champion trainer Linda Jones, and Barry Clegg, who is chairman of the Walthamstow Owners Association. Barry played host, and Clive started by asking Ricky if in the early days, did anyone give the campaign a realistic chance of success?
No, nobody really did. From the first night at the Sky with Bellevue, when one of the greyhounds won the Sky race, I initially started up and said about what was happening at Walthamstow, how it was wrong, how it shouldn't be allowed to happen, and how the greyhound industry should really unite behind the cause. So no, we had no chance to begin with, but now obviously we've come a long way forward.
Ricky, though, do you concede that it was really a lot about what you were saying at the time? You had no substance behind what you're saying, it's just your emotion and your belief behind it?
I was emotional because basically it meant a lot to the industry. It meant that the flagship of the whole greyhound industry had gone, and really I could see the broader picture, which really was that there is no answer to the quality of product of greyhound racing. We're all going down the 1p meal deal route because there is no iconic stadium like Walthamstow. It is no flagship. It's like Wembley, without the football. It just can't happen.
Now, you obviously got other people involved in the campaign. The two people sitting next to you now, they're vitally important to it, aren't they?
I couldn't have done it without Barry and Linda and Dave Cunningham and Paul Wynne. They've been absolutely the key core of SaveOurStow, but also not just us. Behind the whole campaign was the whole of the greyhound industry, and I think this is the first time of any campaign, and it is the biggest campaign in greyhound racing, where everyone has actually got together and united. And when you unite, you are a big force to be reckoned with, as we've proven.
Now, Linda, obviously it didn't take much to get you on board the campaign. Were you as confident as Ricky was at the start?
Well, no, it was a place that I didn't particularly want to see closed, and it's an iconic track. I mean, I used to be a kennel maid there several years ago now, more than I care to remember, and the racing was good, everything was good about Walthamstow, and I just wanted to be part of the campaign. And the thing that I've got going for me is I've got a lot of experience with the greyhound game, and I text Ricky after the interview, and I said, I'm with you 100%. I said, so we'll see who else we can get on board, and what we can do. But everybody said, oh, you've got no chance. And I said to everyone, well, with that sort of attitude, we won't get anywhere. I said, but we've got to give it our best shot. And we have.
You obviously never want to give up, Linda. We've known that when you were training, and your dogs always gave 100%. Barry, obviously, you've been involved with the stadium for many, many years.
Yeah, I mean, it was my second home. Been there every week since I was 15, and even before that, my granddad took me there, and then I went there regularly with my brother, and just loved the place, and really still feel great emotional attachment to the place, which is really my driving force. So when Rick asked me, I remember in the hideaway bar to get involved, I did have a little think about it. But then once I decided to get involved, then it was, full on. And, the one thing I think we've all got in common is just determination. And, as soon as I decided to get involved, then it was going to be, win or lose. Either we win or we watch it get pulled down. There's no halfway measures as far as I'm concerned.
A series of protest rallies have been supported by council leaders and MPs. Local Stow MP Neil Gerrard has been a passionate supporter of plans to maintain the site for leisure use, including greyhound racing.
All they basically need to be was informed, and that's what we did. We informed the people, we informed the residents, we informed the locals, we informed the greyhound industry, and that's why we've got to the position we're in today.
I think also fair to say that especially Neil Gerrard, Stella Creasy, John Macklin, they were involved 18 months ago. There's no jumping on the bandwagon as far as those three individuals are concerned.
That's right.
They've been absolutely fantastic, and I would also just like to echo what Rick said earlier, that SOS isn't 5 people. SOS is everybody who signed a petition, everybody who joined us on marches, all the hundreds and thousands of people who have helped us in any way in the campaign. You are SOS, not 5 individuals.
Perhaps the biggest breakthrough came when David Sullivan emerged as a possible bidder for the iconic site in a live Sky interview with Gary Newbon.
They paid a reputed $18 million to the Chandler family, that's the developers. Obviously it's going to cost that sort of money to buy the land back, isn't it?
Well, we hope a little bit less than that because the market's collapsed since then and they've not got the planning that they hope to get. So it's not really worth so much money as a development site anymore.
But you feel there's a good chance that you can back greyhound racing coming back to Walthamstow?
Good fighting chance, Gary, yeah.
For any deal to take place, you need a buyer and a seller, which is what SOS have been campaigning for the last 18 months. David Sullivan has publicly stated that he wants to buy the stadium, and so we feel as though we've got the buyer. As far as the seller's concerned, L&Q are on their knees, as far as I'm concerned. They do not have a friend in the world. They've got the councillors and the MPs wanting greyhound racing back. The local residents want greyhound racing back, and all these things combined show that their planning position is extremely weak. They haven't put any plans in over the 18 months. There's no likelihood of plans going into the site for another year or so, and all these things combined make me think that the L&Q's position is extremely weak. So for those 2 reasons, I'm of the opinion that we're on the home straight.
Now, Linda, what can the greyhound community do but will make us crack open the champagne rather than just the French fondant fancies there?
Well, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that has been on the rallies, and I'd like to say thank you to David Sullivan and to Nick Buddymere for what they're trying to do.
But we now need to all unite as an industry, come together. It is difficult times, but we've now got to drive it forward. We've got to bring back quality greyhound racing to this country and get it on the renaissance that Ireland has got, because we can do it when we unite. We're not there yet, make no mistakes about it. Yes, we've weakened L&Q, yes, we've come a long way, but we're not there yet. What we need is to get, when this bid is in, which it will be, I'm led to believe, in the next 30 to 60 days, we need everyone on a mass rally to go from Walthamstow to take it to the heartland of London and Quadrant and drive the stake right in these people's hearts and get them off this land.